Hi Gemini, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the heart. So this is your love reading for June 2018. What I've decided to do is separate it into two. We're going to have a look at couples first, and then we're going to have a look at you singles, alright? For your reading, we're using the Gilded Tarot, and for your advice card, the Doreen Virtue Romance Angel. So we're going to shuffle on the advice card first and see what the advice is for this reading. I like doing it this way, just to see how the advice fits in at the end. So let's put this to the side for the moment and let's have a look. Universe Spirit for couples, coupled up Geminis, what is the advice you have for the month of June 2018 concerning love? What is the advice that you have for Geminis concerning their love lives in the month of June? And this is only for couples to start with, please. What's the advice you have for Geminis in the month of June 2018 and their love lives? Show me. There we go. It shows romantic feelings and it says your feelings are real and worth exploring. So that's your advice card. If you've got feelings for someone, obviously if you're in a relationship you will do, then they are real and worth exploring, okay? So some of you guys, it might be that you're going through a bit of a tumultuous time with your partner, but it's saying that your romantic feelings are actually worth exploring with this individual. So let's have a look. Universe Spirit, what's coming in for coupled up Gemini, sorry, for the month of June 2018 in terms of love? What's coming in for coupled up Geminis? Those who are in coupled up relationships, what's coming in for them and their love lives in the month of June 2018? We're going to reverse the cards 3 times. I always read reversals. What's coming up for coupled up Geminis in terms of their love lives in the month of June 2018? Show me what's coming in. I'm reversing the cards, Universe, 3 times. Coupled up Geminis in the month of June 2018. What can you see coming in for coupled up Geminis and their love lives in the month of June 2018? I'm just focusing on Gemini couples at the moment and their love lives. Reverse the cards one more time. What's coming in for coupled up Geminis and their love lives in the month of June 2018? Show me. I'm going to split the deck 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Collect it back up like so, and let's have a look. So the present situation, the energy around you is about the Ten of Swords, and it's upright. Okay, so sometimes Ten of Swords can mean, remember swords are mental, so sometimes you might be feeling mentally burdened with the Ten of Swords, but this can also, it's called the card of ruin. The Lord of Ruin represents the Ten of Swords. Sometimes this is an ending in a relationship, and sometimes it might be with the Ten of Swords showing up here that there's been some betrayal. Now what's influencing this Ten of Swords? Well, I think that I think that for some of you guys, the focus around you, there could be an ending, potentially. It could be some of you guys are feeling, because it's the Ten of Swords, it's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius card. So I think for some of you guys, Gemini, you might be feeling very pressured, very down. Some of you guys possibly even a sense of depression here. Maybe there's a sense of feeling stabbed in the back or betrayed, because I think with 4 of Cups, it could be a Cancerian that you're dealing with the 4 of Cups, or it's a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Doesn't have to be at all though, but somebody's showing as being emotionally unavailable, because the 4 of Cups shows somebody's apathetic, they're showing signs of being bored. The root issue for the Ten of Swords also, 9 of Swords in the reverse. So the reason that everything is happening, 9 of Swords in the reverse represents when somebody's healing. I have to read these as a healing card. So with the 9 of Swords in the reverse, this can also be somebody's letting go of guilt, okay? But I think that this is the person that shows as apathetic around you. And I think it's either that maybe this person's told you something with this 9 of Swords in the reverse, or this person seems to be not so worried or not so fearful or upset. It shows, I think both cards are showing somebody's feeling slightly apathetic. There's a slight disconnection with both cards, and this 4 of Cups here in your influence position will, I believe, be the same person here, the 9 of Swords reverse. Now in the recent past, if you're in a couple, there's a lack of closure with this individual. You've got the Death card in the reverse. The most likely outcome will be for you couples, the 7 of Swords in the reverse, which is a good card. In a way, it can be the 7 of Swords in the reverse, can be where you're finding something out, somebody gets caught. Or the 7 of Swords in the reverse can mean that you're actually trying to clear up the mess of a situation, because this is all about deception. But the reversal of this card can often show, with that 7 of Swords being reversed, that actually something's becoming a lot clearer, or somebody might be confessing something to you. It might be as a result of being the Nine of Swords in the reverse. They're no longer feeling guilty. Maybe I think somebody's coming out with something to some of you covered up Scorpios. I think somebody's revealing how they've been feeling to you. Coming in, you've got the Queen of Wands in the reverse. This could be another individual showing here. When you get the Queen of Wands in the reverse, often Queens or Kings reverse can show other people involved in situations, love situations. However, the Queen of Wands as an energy can represent when you're giving up, when you have a sense of distrust in an individual, when you no longer have faith in a particular individual. Sometimes this can show with the Queen of Wands in the reverse, somebody who feels very insecure within a relationship. You right now, the external factors for your relationship are showing as the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So the Ace of Swords in the reverse often means when there's a lack of communication or somebody's not telling you the truth. But I think there's a lack of communication showing here, and I think that this is more than likely going to be as a result of this. The energy around you with this Ten of Swords, you coupled up Scorpios, is feeling a great deal of mental pressure. Because I think with the root issue is all about the Nine of Swords, and I would read this as the other person, possibly acting quite distant. They don't really have a conscience here, I think, with this individual. The Nine of Swords in the reverse showing here. And what's influencing this is that they're quite bored or apathetic. They're not showing much emotional interest in some of you guys here. And I think there's been a lack of closure with this Death card in the reverse showing here. But the most likely outcome is you're gonna find out what this is all about with the Seven of Swords reversed. Coming in is that Queen of Wands reverse. Find out a little bit more about that card in a moment. Influence is coming in. So this is the immediate future. Influence is coming in. The Sun in the reverse. So the Sun in the reverse can show some unhappiness with the Sun in the reverse showing here. It's showing delays. Your hopes will be, or fears of the Eight of Wands being blocked. So the Eight of Wands can often mean somebody who's blocking you. They're blocking you out, they're not answering your calls, they're blocking you on Facebook or on some sort of social media platform, and or lack of progression in the relationship. And what's the outcome? But the Hierophant is the outcome. Hierophants as outcomes, when it comes to love, sometimes they mean commitment, but sometimes they also mean being guided by our intuition. We'll find out what that is, because it's interesting that this jumps to the Hierophant from the Sun in the reverse. Let's get what this is about. So, why is the Ace of Swords reversing the external factors of coupled up Gemini's relationships at the moment? Why is the Ace of Swords showing reverse in coupled up Gemini's relationships in the month of June 2018? Show me. Right, the Ten of Wands in the reverse. I think somebody's not communicating to you that they want to let go of some pressure. They want to let go of a burden. I think that somebody's been feeling pressured in your relationship, but I don't think that they're communicating it. So the Ace of Swords in the reverse is about a lack of communication or the inability to start forming a new action plan, because this is all about a plan. Okay, so somebody's not taking action in trying to let go of a burden. It's either that somebody's not taking action in trying to let go of a burden, or somebody's not communicating with you that they need to release the burden. There's some sort of burden that they're carrying within this relationship, and they're not communicating that. Or I think the relationship is a little bit burdened for some of you coupled up Geminis, and I think somebody's not communicating that they need to offload, or they need to, there's some burden or some sort of obstacles need to be released in this relationship. And the root issue is the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So why is the root issue all about the Nine of Swords reversed? Why is the root issue all about the Nine of Swords reversed? Well, the Four of Swords is showing in the reverse now. So the root issue is all about somebody who's, I think, not feeling guilty. I think they're not feeling guilty about with the Four of Swords in the upright. The Four of Swords in the upright can mean coming out of a time of withdrawal when you're in a relationship. So I'm wondering if somebody's gone back to someone, because this person, the root issue is somebody not feeling guilty about coming out of a time of withdrawal. I don't think that this is restlessness, even though obviously sword cards mean mental ideas, and often when you get this card in reverse, it can be frustration. Okay, but it wouldn't make sense to me that somebody is not feeling guilty about being frustrated. Or, you know, maybe I could read that better actually, but it might be if it's not feeling frustrated or not feeling guilty about being frustrated. Maybe this person doesn't care. Maybe this person's not showing, maybe this person wants to show you that they're frustrated in this energy showing here. But it could be maybe somebody's gone back to someone else, because this can be somebody comes out of a time of withdrawal and maybe they're not feeling guilty. Maybe it's about going back to somebody else showing here. And I'm wondering if it's because they've given up with the Nine of Wands. in the Nine of Wands in the reverse, potentially here. In the recent past, we have the Death energy reversed. And why have we got the Death energy reversed in the recent past? Nine of Coins in the reverse. I think there's a lack of closure because some of you guys, Gemini, are still very committed to this relationship. You don't want to be on your own. Some of you guys with the Death energy aren't giving up on this relationship, probably because you don't want to be on your own with the Nine of Coins in the reverse. But what's influencing the matter this month is the Four of Cups in the upright. And why is the Four of Cups the influence for this matter for us coupled up Scorpios? Sorry, Geminis in the month of June 2018. This is trying to come out. Page of Cups energy. I think that somebody lacks boredom in Page of Cups, maybe communicating with you a new relationship. Are they showing boredom? Is the influence that this person is bored because they're entering into a new relationship with somebody else? We'll try and see what that's about, actually, that Page of Cups. What's the Page of Cups about? Because the Page of Cups can be a new relationship, or it can be where you're flirting with someone else. Are they flirting with another individual? So what's this Page of Cups about? Three of Swords in the reverse. Three of Swords in the reverse is all about healing. So I think that this person isn't particularly interested in working to, and I would say offering with this Page of Cups energy, offering any type of healing towards this situation showing here. Because Three of Swords in the reverse I have to read as a healing card. Healing, making a truce. So I think there's somebody around you who is showing as being very bored with the idea of there's a lack of interest with the Four of Cups, emotional interest as well, with the Four of Cups over offering some form of healing towards a situation. And this is why the energy around you guys will be the Ten of Swords. And why is the Ten of Swords the energy around Gemini in the month of June 2018? Because the Six of Wands in the reverse. I think that you guys are feeling very depressed, some of you guys with the Ten of Swords and the energy in the upright in the present situation. It might be that this person's not showing you any attention, this person isn't valuing who you are as a person with that Six of Wands in the reverse. This person's not particularly focusing on you with the Six of Wands in the reverse. And therefore the most likely outcome for your relationship, for those of you who are actually in relationships, will be the Seven of Swords in the reverse. And why is the most likely outcome going to be the Seven of Swords in the reverse? Because of Judgment in the reverse. Okay, so I think that really what's happening here is with this Seven of Swords, this is often about a confession. I think that what's going to be happening here is the most likely outcome is you're going to find out. And what will you find out? Judgment in the reverse. It might be that this person's been hiding something from you, because Judgment in the reverse represents when a situation isn't actually being resolved here. It might be that you find out that this person doesn't want to resolve a situation. This person doesn't want to try and Judgment in the reverse means not to face up to our problems. It means that something is being suppressed here with the Judgment energy showing up. So it might be that you find out that this person's been suppressing an awful lot concerning this relationship, because what I'm seeing here is that somebody's not feeling guilty. And I think it's about maybe the way that they're acting with you with the Four of Swords energy. Maybe this person's acting in such a way that's quite, I wouldn't say abusive, but maybe they're acting quite erratically concerning you. Maybe they're acting, I don't think they've gone back to somebody else. It might be here, it might be that this person isn't guilty about going back to someone else, probably because they've given up on the relationship with you potentially, or they're not feeling guilty with that Nine of Swords in the reverse about probably showing how they feel with the Four of Swords, probably quite showing frustrated feelings, that kind of thing, because I think they've given up on this relationship. And I think in the recent past, you guys have found it very difficult to get closure on this matter or to give up on this situation, maybe because you don't want to be on your own, maybe because you still want the commitment with this person, maybe because you're committed to this individual with the Nine of Coins in the reverse. And I think that the influence this month is going to be that this person showing here is showing signs of boredom because they're not offering any type of a solution or any type of a truce to this situation, which means that as a result of that, the energy around you guys is that you're feeling very depleted, you're feeling very mentally burdened with this Ten of Swords energy, because I think that this person won't approach you with the matter, to be perfectly honest. They're not telling you something outright. They're acting in a certain way, but they're not telling you exactly what's going on. They're not showing you any value. They're not really showing you any interest. But I think the most likely outcome is you're going to find out what it is that's been bothering them with the Judgment card, what it is that they've been suppressing with that Judgment card in the reverse. Coming in, you're going to experience a Queen of Wands reversed. And why will Gemini experience a Queen of Wands reversed? Because of an Emperor reverse. So the Emperor reverse can actually be cheating as well. Somebody who's been cheating with the Emperor being reversed. So they're not really keeping their vows with that Emperor reverse showing in there. But also the Emperor reverse can show somebody who's going against, you know, the rules, who's breaking all the rules as well. So it might be that there is somebody else around you coming in here. It's because of the Emperor reverse. This person who I would read as being this person here in the foundation, and also the person that doesn't want to seem to offer some form of a truce. I think this Emperor reverse is breaking all the rules within this relationship with the Emperor energy. And I think that this person is somebody who doesn't really want to build that foundation with you. So it might be that you're experiencing, it's either that you're experiencing a sense of frustration, a sense of suspicion as well, perhaps with that Queen of Wands in the reverse, a sense of distrust with the Queen of Wands in the reverse as an energy, when this person with the Emperor reverse seems to be doing things against type. With the Emperor reverse, they're not acting in the way that they've acted before with that Emperor in the reverse, or it could be somebody who, this Queen of Wands, it could be another person, maybe because with the Emperor reverse, this person who seems to be ignoring you and not telling you really what's going on here, with this Emperor reverse, seems to be breaking all of the rules of the relationship. Coming in, what you're going to experience, the Sun in the reverse, and why will Gemini experience the Sun in the reverse? Well, the Empress in the reverse, I think that you're going to have some serious doubts here, because this person really isn't showing any nurturing to you. Empresses reverse show people who are quite clinical. They show a lack of care, a lack of support, a lack of love. So I think that you're going to experience with the Sun in the reverse feelings of sadness, feelings of worry, feelings of feeling quite down with that Sun in the reverse, because this person fails to show you the love or the care or the nurturing that you want, Gemini. Your fears are the Eight of Wands in the reverse. And why is Gemini's fears going to be the Eight of Wands in the reverse? Because of a King of Pentacles reverse. So King of Pentacles reverse often shows up as somebody who can be quite shallow. Somebody who's following their desires rather than following the commitment. And it might be that your feelings, your fears are, well, this relationship can't progress with the Eight of Wands in the reverse because this person, they're not committed enough with the King of Pentacles in the reverse. They're following more about their desires, their earthly desires, rather than the commitment that we have in this relationship. And the outcome shows the Hierophant. And why is the overall outcome going to be the Hierophant? Show me. Because of the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So I feel that there's still a commitment here, because I think with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, it says that something is going to be released here. There is a blockage that's been happening that's going to be released. So there's somebody who around you who's showing signs of being really weird in the relationship. And at some point you guys are going to feel that they've probably got somebody else. But I think that this person's having problems telling you how they truly feel in this relationship. I would read this as a commitment, because with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, it talks about the release of a blockage with the Eight of Swords in the reverse. And I'm going to ask what the release of the blockage is. What is this Eight of Swords reversed about? What is this? What is the block that's being released here? The Page of Coins. So what's being released is that this person's not been putting much effort into the relationship. Page of Coins reverse means when we don't put effort into things. Okay, we're not acting responsibly enough. So what's being released here? What the blockage that's being released is that this person hasn't been putting enough effort into the relationship. What will this person start to do for Gemini? What will this person start to do for Gemini? Ah, the Four of Wands in the. They're going to start to do the Four of Wands in the reverse. Okay, Four of Wands in the reverse. Well, I would probably read this as a reversal, but not in the, because there are different stages of a reversal, you see. So this is all about, for me, going back to stage one. I mean, completely going back to, because in the upright, this is about the initial success of a plan. Okay, but I think in the reverse is actually, and some of you might disagree with me, but I would probably say, if I were following the story round, it's really about going back to brass tacks. It's really about going back to the rubble of the relationship and starting to rebuild it. Because with reversals, you can read them very differently. It doesn't mean that just because this is a reversal, this is the card of success, and this is the card of lack of success sometimes when it's in the reverse. But I think that this person's going to go back to brass tacks, go back to the very beginning of the relationship and start building from there. Because this really, for me, if I ask, well, if there's a release here, if there's an unblocking of the, so the outcome is there is still a commitment between you guys with the Hierophant. And I asked, well, why is that going to be a commitment? Because there's going to be a releasing of the blockage. Now, Ace of Swords reverse can sometimes mean somebody's getting something off their chest. And if the most likely outcome is the Seven of Swords in the reverse, where this person is going to reveal to you something that they've been holding on to for a long time with that Judgment reverse, then the overall outcome from that should be that there is a commitment here, because they're going to be unveiling to you. They're going to be telling you with the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords are words, but when they're in the upright, it means sometimes somebody can be holding on to a lot of information. But I think, again, it's showing a revelation, showing here with the Eight of Swords in the reverse. They're going to be telling you why they haven't been putting enough work into the relationship, and what will they do to start to do to try and help the relationship along. Well, I think it's starting to rebuild from the very beginning, again, with that Four of Wands in the reverse showing up there. Okay, so I do feel you've got a lot of reversals showing up, I've got to be honest, and not all cards will show. It doesn't mean because you've got reversals that they're all going to be reversals. Sometimes it just means that, you know, it is what it is. But I think that, you know, let's go back to the start of the story for you single Gemini, for you coupled up Geminis. I think somebody's not explaining to you. They're not telling you that they want to release some pressure in the relationship. I'm just going to ask what this pressure is about. What's the Ten of Wands in the reverse about? The Ace of Wands in the reverse. So maybe there's a lack of sex or something like that in the relationship. Somebody's not telling you that they want to release some pressure. And it might be to do with, maybe with the Ace of Wands in reverse, there's been a lack of passion and a lack of excitement within the relationship. And I think, you know, as a result of that, what you've got is you feeling very defeated here. Because this person, probably with the Six of Wands in the reverse, isn't showing you enough value. They're not showing you enough attention with this Six of Wands in the reverse. Because the root issue is all about this person doesn't feel guilty. And they might not feel guilty. I think with the Four of Swords in the reverse, it's all about kind of acting in a very erratic way with that Four of Swords in the reverse, because I think that they've come to the end of their tether with that Nine of Wands in the reverse. They've kind of practically given up. I think that some of you guys might be having, if you're in a couple, sexless lives, or a lack of passion, or a lack of fun, or a lack of energy in the relationship. And in the recent past, you haven't wanted to let go of this person, Gemini, because you don't want to be on your own. Nine of Coins in the reverse. Okay, it's nice, you're very committed to this person, but it's also nice to share the load with an individual, whether that's, you know, finances, working, paying for a house together, that type of thing with the Nine of Coins in the reverse. Nine of Coins in the upright can mean living on your own. Nine of Coins in the reverse means living with someone. So you haven't wanted to let go of this person. Probably you've built somewhat of a life with them. And your challenge is that this person is showing a great deal of apathy in the relationship, and they don't seem to be interested with this Page of Cups in offering some form of a solution. And I think as a result of that, some of you guys are feeling very defeated, because the Six of Wands, this person's not actually, you know, showing any particular interest to you. And the most likely outcome will be that this person should really open up with the Seven of Wands swords in the reverse on what they've been holding back on, Judgment energy, on a situation that's not been resolved. And the situation that might not have been resolved, that they seem to have been holding back on, is that, you know, there's been wanting to release some pressure concerning the Eight of Wands in the reverse, possibly lack of passion, lack of sex, lack of energy in the relationship. Coming in, the only thing that concerns me is this Queen of Wands in the reverse. So I think that coming in the immediate future is either you guys feeling very suspicious, maybe you feel that this person's going elsewhere with the Emperor in the reverse, not keeping their vows, or it could be some of you guys, there might be another individual here in which this person has been breaking all the rules, the Emperor in the reverse. And I think that either way, you guys will start to feel possibly quite doubtful in the relationship, because this person seems to show you a lack of nurturing, a lack of care, a lack of love with the Empress in the reverse. Your fears will be that there's going to be a lack of progress, Eight of Wands in the reverse, or maybe this person, if it's a fairly new relationship to a certain extent, is blocking you, Ace of Wands in the reverse. Not communicating, because they're all about the sex, they're all about the desires. So in order for this relationship to move forward, it has to be about that maybe body connection between the both of you, because this is someone, King of Pentacles reverse, tends to follow his desires, and that can be sex, because their sexual cards are the Pentacles. But I think the outcome is that this is a commitment, that you are going to be committed to each other, because I think that there's going to be a way with this Ace of Swords in the reverse that communication is going to open up with the Ace of Swords in the reverse. There's going to be a blockage released here, a mental and a communicative blockage released here, and that release will be based on why this person hasn't been putting any effort in with the Page of Coins in the reverse. And I think that the way that they'll start to put the effort in is by going back to square one and starting to rebuild the relationship again. And this is why the overall outcome, I think, is the romantic feelings. Your feelings are worth exploring. So I think it's for the both of you. I think somebody's holding back on their feelings. They've been acting in a particular way with some of you coupled up Geminis because they're dissatisfied. I'm sensing there's a great deal of dissatisfaction here in this relationship. But I think that there is at the heart of everything still love. But there's a great part of this relationship that seems to be missing, and I think it will be going back to brass tacks and trying to rebuild on that from the very, very beginning again. So your romantic feelings for the both of you are real and worth exploring because they're still there amidst some of the trials that you've got going on. Right, let's have a look at the advice card first for single Geminis. Universe Spirit, what is the advice you have for single Geminis in the month of June 2018? What is the advice you have for single Geminis in the month of June 2018? Show me. It's saying passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy, sorry. So, yeah, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. It's quite an ambiguous card, really, but I think this is all about allowing yourself to be happy, regardless of being out of a relationship with that passion card. We'll see what's coming in as advice for that, as how the reading fits around this. So Universe Spirit, show me. What is the messages you have for single Geminis in their love lives for June 2018? What is the advice? What is the advice? What is the advice you have for single Geminis? I'm just going to reverse the cards 3 times. What is the advice? What is the situation and the messages you have coming in for single Geminis in the month of June 2018? What is the messages and the situation coming in for single Geminis that you have coming in for June 2018? Show me. Alright, so we're going to split the deck into 3 gems, like 1, 2, 3. And we're going to collect this back up like so. And let's have a look. So if you're single, around you will be the Ace of Swords. So that's a nice card. It could be that you're communicating with someone. It could also be the starter, because aces usually represent new beginnings, but this is new ideas, or this is a breakthrough, or this is communication. What's influencing this is the Hanged Man. So I think that if you've been waiting for love to come, Hanged Man, it could be a Pisces person, maybe you're communicating with a Pisces person, maybe there's been somebody who's holding out on you and you finally have that communication from this individual. But it might also be that some of you guys have been in limbo for quite some time, and as a result of that you've got a major breakthrough coming through. It's not a major card, but you've got some form of a breakthrough coming through with the Ace of Swords, and that could be via communication, or for some of you guys it's an action plan. What's underlying this is there's a King of Swords around you. So I think that the root issue will be about a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, somebody who is the same, who's an air sign too, or this is another person, and he can be really communicative. But I think around you, Gemini, single Geminis, there's a person that's underwriting all of this, and there's going to be some form of communication or a breakthrough with this individual. I think that what's influencing this is that this person, they could have also been watching you for quite a while, because this person could have been hanging around, for example, with this Hanged Man. Now, in the recent past, you've got Judgment. So some of you guys, it might be somebody you're reconnecting with from the past, because Judgment often means a renewal. So I get the impression that because we've got the Hanging Man, this person could have been hanging around for a while, and finally you've got some form of communication and breakthrough concerning this person, which is why we've got, as a result of this energy here, a renewal. The most likely outcome will be, though, you've got somebody else. So the most likely outcome is either going to be that this person has their eye on maybe love. So when you get a King of Cups, he's more invested in his emotions rather than just communication. So more than likely, it could be that this person here is the same as the King of Cups, somebody who's invested in growing this relationship in a romantic way, or maybe this is somebody entirely different. Coming in what you've got, celebration. Gemini, single gems, 9 of Cups, happiness, wishes being fulfilled, parties, celebrations. Right now, the external factors in your life, you guys are showing as being the 5 of Swords. So I think that it depends on who you see yourself as with the 5 of Swords. You either see yourself as quite victorious at having gotten rid of maybe a couple of people here or a person, or you might see yourself as the loser with the 5 of Swords. Sometimes this can mean to feel hurt, or it can mean to feel good about yourself. Influence is coming in after the immediate future, though. We're seeing some struggles with the 10 of Wands, burdens. The fears are going to be the 6 of Wands in the reverse, lack of victory, not attaining what you want to attain from this situation with the 6 of Wands in the reverse. The outcome shows as the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So I think really the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, Gemini, is going to be about, really, this card is about self-focus. So when you get the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, this is somebody who's completely focusing on themselves. And I think that this is you guys in the outcome focusing on yourself more than anything. Okay, I'm not going to read it as a third person. I could do, but I won't do that. Sometimes Queen or King's reverse show people leaving, but I think that this is more about you guys in the outcome really kind of 100% focusing on yourself. Even if it means having to get rid of an individual, because this person is completely self-focused when she's in the reverse. Let's have a look at what's going on here. So why is the Gemini, single Gemini, showing us the 5 of Swords in the month of June 2018? Why are single Geminis showing us the 5 of Swords in the month of June 2018? Show me. 4 of Wands. Okay, so it's because of the 4 of Wands. Now, this would have been a relationship. You might have been feeling hurt. That hurt might have been something, and I think it is feeling hurt, and I think it's something to do with a relationship some of you guys were in with that 4. I think that somebody, and I have to put another card to make sense of that. The Hermit energy shows somebody who's isolated themselves. So I think that you guys are showing as being hurt. It's over a relationship, the 4 of Wands, or maybe you built a relationship with someone here, or maybe there was a marriage or an engagement. It looks like somebody pulled out of a relationship or an engagement here. I think that you're feeling hurt because somebody pulled out of an agreement that they had with you in terms of a relationship. And as a result of that, the energy around you will be about the Ace of Swords. And why is the energy around single Geminis the Ace of Swords in the month of June 2018? Okay, so as a result of that, I think that with the Ace of Swords, you see you've got 2 aces here. One means the potential for a grounded new beginning. And this is, so I think that as a result of this energy, you're going to have communication coming with the Ace of Swords. And it could be that this person who pulled out potentially now wants to start something up again with you with the Ace of Pentacles. Now, I think that there's going to be clarity here, there's communication, that somebody wants a grounded new beginning with you. Now, the reason that everything is happening is because of this King of Swords. Let's have a look at what it is about this King of Swords. Because I think that this King of Swords is the person that kind of left you. So why is the root issue about a King of Swords? The Tower in the reverse. So I think that this person, the root issue is about this person who's now trying to limit the damage with the Tower in the reverse. Tower in the reverse can mean where there has been damage, but this is all about trying to damage limitation. So it can mean that something unexpected happens, but you try and limit the, you know, this is a card about, I mean, Tower in the reverse, Tower in the upright means kind of the same thing. But when it's reversed, it means that it's not as bad, okay? It means that you have some control over how bad that thing's going to be. So I think that this person here, the root issue is that somebody's coming back, I think this person's trying to limit the damage that's being done, because I think the root issue is you guys feeling hurt, and you're feeling hurt because somebody left the relationship. The Hermit in the reverse means somebody who's completely isolated themselves. So it might be somebody completely ghosted you in this relationship, and the root issue is all about this person who's now trying to limit the damage that's being done with that Tower reverse. And I think that in the recent past you've experienced judgment. And why has Gemini, single Geminis, experienced judgment in the recent past? The 10 of Cups in the reverse. So I think that you've experienced the need to make, see, I could have, you know, the 10 of Cups is in the reverse though. So the 10 of Cups in the reverse means separation. And I'm tempted to say that maybe in the recent past it's either that you've had to make a an important judgment, perhaps on because you separated from this person with the Ten of Cups, or because this person brought great unhappiness into your home. But I think that this is more about making a massive judgment on this. I wouldn't say that this is, because this would be like, in the upright, this is good. This is renewal with someone that you haven't seen in a long time with the Ten of Cups. Sometimes this is renewal of family and meeting people from, you know, that you haven't seen in a long time, friends, that type of thing. But the Ten of Cups I'm noting is reversed here. So I would say that in the recent past, you guys have probably, as a result of this, will have to make a judgment on, you know, a relationship that you separated from, a relationship that with this Ten of Cups. And also, I think with the Ten of Cups being reverse, this tends to mean a period has come to an end, a period of completion. But in the reverse, it means that something is still yet to be completed here. So it might be, you know, that the judgment that you need to make is on whether you want to continue maybe within this relationship with the Ten of Cups in the reverse. Do you want to still carry on trying to bring this relationship to a point of completion, of happiness? So is it, do you really want to start this relationship up again, or do you need to make a judgment? It might be that you've made a judgment in the recent past that this relationship brought you nothing but unhappiness with the Ten of Cups in the reverse. But also maybe some of you guys have made a judgment that you just really want to separate from this relationship with the Ten of Cups showing here. And as a result of that, the influences around you in the month of June 2018, single Geminis, is going to be the Hanged Man. Let's have a look at why that's occurring here. Well, I think that somebody's been hanging around. I think they're hanging around. They've been in limbo over whether to return to this relationship. So what's influencing the matter this month? And I think it's this King of Swords here. I think the root issue is that this person's been trying to limit the damage they've done over ghosting you or moving out of the family home, for example, because Hermit reverse can mean isolating oneself, and that could be from the family home or from a relationship, or removing themselves from this Four of Wands, maybe from an engagement or from a relationship that was initially quite successful. And I think this person here now, the root issue is they're trying to limit the damage of what they've done. And I think that you guys in the recent past have been trying to make a judgment, a big decision, a life-changing decision concerning a relationship that ended quite unhappily with the Ten of Cups. And your challenge is that this person has been holding out, maybe to return. So this person's been in a little bit of limbo as to whether to return. But as a result of that, the energy that you'll find around this month for some of you singles, this person will quite clearly, I think, communicate that they want to start again, but they want it to be for keeps, because what they want is to build something new with you and potentially commit to you for the future, with the Ace of Coins showing here. The most likely outcome will be the King of Cups. And why is the most likely outcome going to be the King of Cups? Show me. Well, I think that there's going to be, it's the Three of Swords. So the most likely outcome, I think, and this King of Cups is looking towards that Three of Swords. I think that the most likely outcome is going to be another individual, because I think with the Three of Swords that this situation isn't going to work out with this individual here. I'm asking why is it the King of Cups, and it's telling me it's because of the Three of Swords. So I think that more than likely it might be a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancerian person you end up with, because I think with the Three of Swords energy, this situation isn't going to work out with this individual. It looks to me like somebody wants to come back. They want to say sorry, they want to make an apology, they want to repair the situation. You've had some serious doubts on this relationship here, but this person, the influence is that this person's holding out, and they're holding out as well, I think, for a return to the relationship, for you to let them back in. And they probably going to quite emphatically say, look, I am committing for the long term. I really am going to do that right now, okay? I let you down, but I won't let you down again. But I think that more than likely, the most likely outcome will be that there'll be somebody else around you, because this situation will not work out. The Three of Swords showing here. The Nine of Cups is coming in. And why is the Nine of Cups coming in for Gemini, single Geminis in the month of... Why is it the immediate future for single Geminis in the month of June 2018? Well, there's a lot of celebration going on here. It might be that you're celebrating, reconciling with this person. This can also be engagements as well, that type of thing with the Three of Cups. Both cards are celebration cards, so I can see you celebrating with this individual showing here. Even though I don't think more than likely it's going to last, I think that you're going to, and this is just how things are going to the most likely outcome from all of this energy so far. Okay, it's not telling you that this is going to happen, but it's saying that the first outcome will be this. However, the more than likely outcome will be this, but this is something that's not manifested as yet. It's just saying based on everything that you've been through, more than likely it's probably not going to last and there could be someone else. I am seeing, though, in the immediate future, celebration and happiness between this King of Swords and you, okay, to do with engagements, reconciling, that type of thing. There's a great deal of cheer and a great deal of joy around that. What you've got coming in, though, is the Ten of Wands. And why has single Gemini's got the Ten of Wands coming in? Why has single Gemini's got the Ten of Wands coming in? Right, because of the Ace of Cups in the reverse. I think that this person is going to revert to type. The Ace of Cups in the reverse shows somebody who is, see, this is the cup runneth over card. Feelings. In the reverse, this person can leave. They can start to show emotional unavailability. This person can start to let you down. They can start to break promises. And I think it's because this person here who says that they want to come back and everything's going to be different, this is why it's saying the most likely outcome is probably going to be another individual, because this relationship is probably doomed to failure with the Three of Swords energy. There's going to be some heartbreak here. So if you're thinking about letting somebody out, somebody back in, if you're single, who let you down, it's more than likely not going to happen. And even though you've got in the immediate future coming in real joy, real happiness, that type of thing, celebration, engagements, whatever it is, you're celebrating an engagement with the Three of Cups, or you're celebrating reconciling with that Three of Cups. It's saying that influence is coming in as you're going to struggle, because it's either that your heart isn't in the situation or this person's heart isn't in the situation with the Ace of Cups reversed. Hopes or fears, and I think it's maybe your heart isn't in this situation. Hopes or fears, or indeed it could be this person that lets you down here. Hopes or fears with the Six of Wands in the reverse. And why is the hopes or fears going to be the Six of Wands in the reverse? There you go, because of the Two of Cups. There's no connection here between the two of you. So your fears are going to be that this is not going to be a successful relationship. It's not going to be a relationship that's going to go all the way, because you two are not on the same page. The Two of Cups, there's a disconnection here, or maybe because this person's going to let you down with the Two of Cups in the reverse, or a disagreement. The outcome shows us the Page of Pentacles reversed. Why is the overall outcome for single Gemini's the Queen of Pentacles reversed? Because of the Page of Cups, okay? I think that you guys here, you're going to be focusing on yourself with this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. You're not looking for a long-term relationship. I think Queen of Pentacles in the upright is somebody who's quite traditional. And she's willing to give. She wants a commitment. In the reverse, not so much. This person could show as being somebody who is very self-serving. So it might be the overall outcome, I think, is from this Queen of Pentacles. I think I'm going to read it two ways. It's either you guys feeling pressured because of the Ace of Cups, because this person starts to demonstrate feelings of lack of interest, lack of emotional interest, or emotional giving with that Ace of Cups. It might be feeling burdened because this person disappears again with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, in which the overall outcome could be there's another woman that they're involved with, Page of Cups in a new relationship with, contacting, communicating with, or if this is you feeling pressured, single Scorpios, showing here because your heart isn't in it, then I think the overall outcome will be you're taking care of yourself with the Queen of Pentacles energy, possibly by, you know, getting involved with someone else, a new relationship. But that could be with this King of Cups energy showing here. Okay, I do feel that there are two people potentially around you. You do have that Eight of Wands as well. So this is a new relationship here, or this is about, you know, messages or a flirtation going on, lots of communication with the Eight of Wands showing here as well. So I just feel like communicating maybe with many, that type of thing. I just feel that it's at the heart of this reading, there is somebody who wants a second time around with you. But I think that it's either that this person will come back and you will start to try and trust them again, and then they'll do another thing on you. And as an overall outcome, it might be there's another person showing here in which they've been communicating maybe quite a bit with the Eight of Wands, lots of texts, lots of messages, that type of thing. That's why they disappear again. Or this might be you here with the Ten of Wands struggling because you don't have any feelings left here, and the overall outcome is serving yourself with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, maybe by communicating with many other people, that type of thing. And therefore, this is why, because we've got the overall, the potential outcome is there's another person on the horizon, because this relationship will separate. There'll be a separation with that Three of Swords, and therefore the overall outcome is you guys serving yourself, because you might be open, Page of Cups, energy showing here. You might be emotionally open or emotionally invested in, maybe with the Eight of Wands, communicating with other people. Or it could be, I think, that, you know, there's another person arising because this relationship failed. Lots of celebration with this individual coming in, but I don't think it's going to last, either because of you or because of them. Either way, this person probably somebody else, or you investing in yourself, taking care of yourself by maybe communicating with others. So, and I think one of these will be this King of Cups showing up here. So yeah, I think that there is somebody coming back, but I don't think it will last, and I think there'll be somebody else. For you single Geminis, and your card was allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Don't get too bogged down with it, and certainly either way, whether it's you that lacks interest or this person, just don't take this relationship too seriously, because this is why I think that you need to allow your heart and soul to sing with joy, because I just think that this person, whoever they are, this King of Swords, they're not meant for you in the first place. Alright, that's your love reading, single Geminis. Hope I haven't called you Scorpio too much. Single Geminis, this is your reading for your love reading for the month of June 2018. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.